Do some people get on your nerves? Do some people really get on your nerves? Well, last week I met an expert at it. His name is Maynard, and he lives on the west side of Salt Lake City. And people travel from great distances because he's one of the few nerve specialists in the world. There may be healthier alternatives to pills and other treatments for some ailments. This video emphasizes techniques that were used on my mom to help her with her pain. She's been in considerable pain lately. She's had cancer a couple times and treatments to the cancer, also several heart surgeries, and lately her left shoulder, she hasn't been able to use for a couple years because of pain. And her first visit to Kent, he moved some nerves, and it helped her get some movement in her left shoulder for the first time. And so anyway, this video is just going to show how some of the processes he used with my mom to get her to feel better. I also wanted to mention that two of my sisters have been treated by Kent. One of them, my oldest, had sciatica, and it took several treatments for that to feel better. I've also had sciatica, and when I went in with my younger sister, he volunteered just to work on my sciatic nerve, and he takes the nerves near your hip and kind of moves them more towards your rear end. And he also showed me some stretching techniques. And so my sciatica in the past, it's been with me for 40 years, and it's the nerve that sometimes doesn't allow you to tie your shoes because of pain, and you don't have the mobility for about a month or so. It kind of goes away over time, and I just don't like that to repeat. So there's going to be future videos with Kent showing us different stretches and things that he's found that works well with our nerves.
He's known as a nerve specialist, and probably the only one in the nation as far as I know. I know I'm the only one on the West Coast doing these techniques, and now I'm teaching these techniques to try and get them out. I believe that the nervous system is the key element really to relieve all pain in the body and dysfunctions. If the nervous system gives a full signal, your body is in health and homeostasis. When your nervous system isn't giving a full signal, you're in compensation or you're in trauma. So stay tuned, because right now there's, I think, maybe perhaps 3 people in the world who are doing this technique. One's in Mexico. One is in Denmark, the other is here. It's me. In case you're all wondering what the heck I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm matching with what's called your magnetic frequency. Everything that's living, every living organism has a magnetic field. That magnetic field we can attribute to a megahertz, a kilohertz, a megawatt. But there's just a frequency. So I'm matching to your frequency so that your body and I can communicate very effectively, so that I can listen to your body and your body can just listen to my brain. We all have this ability to help each other this way with our nervous system. I'm a firm believer that the nervous system is the key avenue and the key element within the body, mind, and spirit, and keeping the balance between all 3. If we do not treat all 3 within any injury, we never get over the injury, ever. But old injuries can be taken away. So you may wonder how I do this, because how does an injury affect the spirit? It can actually make you feel broken. It can make you feel disconnected. But I am actually connecting through you, through your spirit, through using mine, using yours, with a magnetic frequency, Here we go. It was your right adrenal gland that he was concerned with, huh? That you had a small growth?
They
Yes.
called it a mass.
A mass, there we go. How do you like that? See, this is how your nervous system is telling me what exactly is going on.
Oh, yeah.
It told me which side.
Mm-hmm.
And it also tells me that you carry way too much stress. So, do you
Yes,
remember how
I do.
kids
Yes.
jumped up and down? And
Yeah.
you need to do this more. And let the shoulders just drop. I know it sounds funny, and you're gonna laugh when you do it. And that's kind of the point. We need to laugh at ourselves sometimes. Remember that life is it's an adventure, and every day is an adventure. It's a blessing. And your body is not broken. You have a wonderful body that has yielded you much, much flavor of life. So, oh yeah. So you've got an impingement right here on the top of the shoulder.
Yep, that's my rotator cuff.
So there's a nerve that's stuck right here on the outside of the acromial process right here. And I'm going to just grab this nerve and I'm going to just literally separate your shoulder just a hair and drop it right inside. Just like that. Now, we're going to let that shoulder shake for just a second here. Close to about 30 seconds. The shaking of the shoulder that you're feeling, it's a very minor tremor. The tremor is a resetting of the proprioceptor and the gangliotendin receptor. Did you feel that in your wrist?
Mm-hmm.
Your wrist let go because your shoulder was no longer needing to hold on to it.
Oh.
Can you feel how your shoulder's starting to release? I'm going to take what's known as your median nerve, right there, and release the rest of your.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh. Mm.
There we go. So the median nerve
No.
is a great one to know because it can release the whole quadrant rather than just a muscle or a muscle group. It can release the entire quadrant. Much like the peroneal. And you know, forgive me, tomato, tomato, it's all the same. Potato, potato. Peroneal, perennial, depending on where you're from. These are where the nerves come out to the lower part of the leg, the lower extremity of the feet, the ankles. Cute slippers, by the way.
Thank you. Only they're the only ones I have.
Well, I'm a firm believer, just because of how many people I have seen, a more positive result than ever any negative result. That the nerves are falling into the SI joint. Inside the SI joint, they're getting pinched. The body tried to tell you. The body doesn't know what to do, so it locks up the hip to protect the nerves from being severed because it wants to still move. This is where sciatica comes from. This is where you have a sharp shooting pain in your big toe.
Oh, yeah.
This is where fallen arches happen. This is where plantar fasciitis, restless leg syndrome. I'm a believer that gout and prostate cancer all come from these.
From what?
From these nerves getting stuck in the SI joint.
Oh.
Because mind you, this is where ovarian, I believe that ovarian cysts come from, like endometriosis. Because there's a real tender spot for you. And
Yes,
this is
very,
actually,
very tender.
this is going down to your bladder. And you're, okay, I'm going to show you guys one of the coolest tricks ever. Kidney stones are becoming a problem because we're not getting enough water. We're not releasing. And this kidney definitely, it's the left one. Oh, that's the stiff one. Can you feel how tender that is?
Yes,
Okay.
very much.
You're going to love this. And I can't believe I'm going to do this. So this is probably the most important pain relieving trick, I don't want to say trick, technique, that anyone has ever taught me in 35 years. Basalt rock. It's dense volcanic rock. There's 3 different types of basalt rock. Cooled by air, we use them in our barbecuers. By land, and those are kind of dense. And then there's the water cooled. These are so dense that they're really heavy. They're about 5 times the normal weight. If you were to take an object and strike it against anybody, well, that's a blunt force trauma. But now, if you take an object and place it on her kidney, and yes, I did say this, because they will tell you never do this. But you know what? I have seen it work not only with endometriosis, knocking the cysts off. I've seen it work with people who have bladder stones every 2 days. The kidney just needs to be softened. The only safe way to do this is through a shockwave. Blunt force trauma. Well, that's a little better. There's just one little spot right there. Now, the harder you hit, the further down in depth the shockwave will go. But that feels a little bit better, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
So, this is the craziest technique. And when a Chinese man showed me this, I thought to myself, I'll never use this. This is crazy. But yet here I am, 20 years later, using them almost daily on people, whether it be trigger points on the shoulder blades.
Ooh.
You cannot break bone if you hold it against it and then hit it. You can hit these really hard and it will not break bone unless you're off the bone. Then it's causing blunt force trauma. But the shockwave knocks off all the impurities off the muscle fiber, the muscle strand, the calcium, the magnesium, all of it. It knocks it all clear. It's like giving a clean slate to a muscle fiber. Now mind you, this does not work with sciatica. All it does is irritate the nerve. Nerves are one thing that don't like to be manipulated much. A lot of massage therapists are taught to just lean into the sciatic nerve. And this is probably the meanest thing one could do. Her sciatic nerve is actually stuck right here underneath the sacrum and in the SI joint, and it comes out right here. It comes down into the hip socket right there. Just to make sure, yes, there it is. So yours is in the very top of the hip socket. I'm going to bring it out of the hip socket. Here comes the hip release right here. Here comes another right here. And now if I can just bring it up over the top of the femoral head, right? You're going to see the whole rear end just go, and a big sigh of relief right here. There it goes. So now, I have not touched one muscle, but you can see just by the shape of her rear end, it's actually dropped almost 3 inches. Now her hip is actually moving. Her leg doesn't need the hip to move and is no longer restricting the hip or the lower back because of it. Sciatica can be fixed or helped, alleviated permanently with a half-hour treatment, 15 minutes twice. Because the body is cyclical, as everything in life is. It's important that you hit it the second time before the cycle begins again. The body and the mind both like repetitive processes. And it's important to hit it within that 7 to 14 day period. One more time. Because the head will try and put it back where it was just for its sake. The body doesn't really care because it's not in pain. But your head and your body both know what movements cause a shift in your veins, your nerves, your muscles, your tendons.
You're getting filmed right now.
He's what?
You're starting to relax, isn't it?
Oh.
And you're breathing.
Okay, now right there where your palm of your,
uh-huh.
right there is very kid, and
Yes.
that's where that movement was.
Yeah, exactly. So there's the rib right there. So this rib, along with 1, 2, 3, 4 ribs, are all out of place. When I say they're out of place, they're locking up on you and they're causing a pinch and impingement on the
Yes.
nerves in your vertebrae.
I'm with you on that.
This is where,
pinches.
yeah, this is where, see now there's the adrenal gland. The nerve comes out right here. There's a pinch right there. You can feel it. There's another one for the kidney right here. This is also for the liver. Oh. You're a little sugar daddy, aren't you?
Yes, I
You
am.
are! Seriously!
Oh, and that shows up in my back.
Your little pancreas is just like, can you do something? Yes, I can.
Oh,
So I'm going to just send a little signal down to your pancreas to give out some more enzyme for your intestinal tract. But you're more than likely going to feel some tingling right about here in the abdomen. Oh yeah, see it right there. Can you feel that?
I really can.
It's and this is very difficult because of course I'm talking at the same time, but I'm actually using my brain to communicate to your pancreas. And there it goes. There it goes. Ah, see, and it softened up quite a bit, didn't it?
That is exactly what happened the other night.
So that
Was that a rib falling out of place?
I did not put any rib. All I did is give a signal down to your pancreas to say, hey, could you maybe put out some more enzymes in the intestinal tract?
Uh-huh.
And it did. And look, that's not quite so tender, is it?
No, it's not.
There's a lot to be said about the nervous system. We wouldn't be alive without it. Yet there's no nervous system department. 90% of disease travels from the nervous system and goes to different areas of the body or arrives to the body through the nervous system. But yet there's no nervous system department. This should really cause a lot of alarming thoughts with everybody.
Yeah, see, that's real tender there.
Yes, this is your peroneal. So this is the one that goes down to your, well, this one goes into your arch, right here, and you've been locked up in your foot. It's a little tender, huh?
Yeah.
So all I'm doing is I'm sending a signal down, I'm pulsating a signal down to the nerve. And I can find out exactly where it's lying. I can find out if it's in the knee. And this is, I'm probably going to get a lot of trouble for this one, but you know what? It is 90% of the problems with all knees and knee replacements. It is not, your meniscus has moved because of a nerve. Your body adapts and molds.
Boy, that's sure tender.
Yes, forgive me. I'm just going to grab this one. We're going to pick it up. We're going to move it right out of this SI joint. I'm going to grab all 3 of these since I'm right here. Forgive me. Oh, here it comes. So that's shaking in the hip. This is partially me, partially your body. I'm trying to tell it to reconfigure where the body is in spatial
Yeah, that really
connections.
hurts.
Here it comes, here it comes. There we go. There we go. Now, does that hurt as much?
Not as much.
Okay.
Still tender.
Still tender, yes. So I was told I can't take away pain. Because pain is your body's response for you to deal with the trauma that you have caused it. So this is the way that the universal law says, okay, you did trauma, you're gonna have to pay for it. There's always a price. Now I can correct your body, but I cannot take away the pain. Not all of it. I can alleviate 90% of it, just not all of it. Now if anybody's empathic, they can feel exactly where this is all happening because you feel the person. I'm going to just pull this right out of the socket right here, dear. I'm sorry. Here comes a hip release right here. Here comes another right there. And now, let's just grab this puppy and just pull it right over the top.
Oh my.
Here comes your hip release right there. Oh, there it goes. Did you feel that just move over?
I guess. I was in all the pain.
Yes. Well, sometimes we have to walk through the valley of fire.
There you go.
But, does this hurt nearly as much?
Not as much. It's still there.
Yes. The nerve is still inflamed. That is for sure.
Okay.
But it is
Do
no
I
longer.
do ice at home or?
Ice is great for the nerve.
Okay.
You know, when lower back pain. Oh, see, look at his lower back. It's not so bad at all anymore. Look at this shake. You've got salsa dancing in your future.
Okay, right. I'm hurting right there.
You mean right here?
Yes.
Yes. I'm trying to just brace the ribs and your abdomen to see if there's any tension lines that are created. Yep, there's one right there. So this is because of the hip. This actually travels around the rib cage. You don't sleep with a pillow between your legs, do you?
No.
Gotta try it for a few nights. I say it because it'll really help your rib cage and your lower back not get twisted when you're sleeping. You put that in between your legs. It just lifts up the knees so it lets the hips actually stay straight. You never did that when you were pregnant?
I don't think I have.
What? It's just crazy. That is a
I
great
don't
trick.
know. I may have, but it's been too long ago.
See now, this arm feels like it gets tingly, doesn't? Still?
Maybe.
Okay.
And I can't remember.
I'm hitting the median nerve. We're gonna just release it. There's the entire quadrant that just got released. So now your whole shoulder just got released. I didn't have to rub your raw all throughout your shoulder. Now I just want to make sure that it's actually moving correctly. Because it feels like the clavicle on the side is just overlapped.
Oh!
Yep, it was.
Oh, that's what takes my
Breath
breath
away.
when I get up and down.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So this right here, this is where your clavicle is supposed to move. Once you're holding your clavicle and it's pulling away from your sternum. Your sternoclavicular joint is a very important one for swallowing, for the esophagus.
Well, you know what? I have a hard time swallowing.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
You feel like most of the time you've got a frog in there.
Yeah.
Yes, and oh, right, here it comes. Let's just get this free. Oh, here we go. Nice. Okay, dear.
Oh.
Now, I'm not going to work you too much anymore there. But what I do want to do, what I wish to do is get your sacrum straight. So this was a trick taught to me, a technique taught to me, by stretching the supraspinatus ligament. It goes the length of the spine. And I'm going to go right, side, and just, there we go. Do you feel any pinching at all? Here went one movement, here comes another, right there. Here comes another third one. Oh. Here it comes. There it goes. Excellent. Did you feel that release?
I guess.
That was in your lower lumbar. So a lot of times we try and, chiropractors or many people will try and put in the lower lumbar. We do not need to force joint to manipulate anything. The body will correct itself given the spatial requirements. So what it is I stretch your spine by using a supraspinatus ligament. by stretching the spine, your body had the space to correct itself and literally put your lower lumbar right back into place.
Wonderful.
And that's why now you can shake with the best of them. And
Yeah.
it doesn't hurt, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Hula hoop is a great thing for you. No, really.
Those hips
A hula hoop is the best thing you can do.
All right, Mom, you heard it.
I did.
It's on tape too now. Oh, see now, there's a line of tension. This is not necessarily your deltoid. This is the line of tension that your forefinger and your neck created from the shoulder injury. The line of tension, go from head to toe based on how long the injury and compensation was going on. So technically I'm not even touching any muscle. I'm just hitting a line of tension that's created. And this is what makes your movements unique to you. Do you ever want to have your rollover for me now? How's that? Or whenever you can, because I think you're comfortable.
Yeah. So what do you want me to do?
Oh, jump up and down 30 times.
Ah, yeah.
No, just roll over for me. Come on down towards your feet about a foot.
Okay, you think I can?
You know, I don't think you'll want to.
Still up my spine. It catches
Hang on.
my breath.
Okay, you know what? You do have quite a bit going on here. Do you mind if I just go right through your vertebrae? I'm just going to go single by line by line.
Oh, yes.
We're just going to go through and just get this spatial requirements for it to be relieved. There's the unpinching of your stomach, the extra acid it was producing. There's the large intestine and the extra water it was taking out. Oh, let's just keep on going.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So this is a great technique too, where you can put the fingers together and actually just spread the spine apart. Oh. And it goes right back into place where it wants, not where I want, or what anybody else dictates. Because your body knows you better than me. Would you agree?
I would agree.
Yeah, and I bet you
Right
you know
there.
your
Yes.
3, 2, 1. Oh, there we go. That wasn't so bad, was it?
Terrible.
You're screaming. You're gonna hit me when you
Yeah.
stand up. Oh, I so hear you. Okay, now right here, we
Yes.
have to get a little bit more careful because the vertebrae. Yes. Oh, yes. Now these are where your pinching is happening from the ribs. So let's get these to release here for you.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
2.
Mom, are you okay?
Why not?
Come on.
Why not? Keep doing it.
She's got something in her lung.
You or me, I was just watching.
You okay, Mom?
No.
And it can be a little short sometimes. Because, feel that on the right side? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely on the right side.
No. I've got something here.
Yes, you do.
You said that would be pneumonia in a couple weeks?
Yes,
It
when the
doesn't-
fluid doesn't get released from the lungs,
Uh,
all it does is gather bacteria, infections. It gathers all types of allergens, pollen, dust.
Oh, that was interesting.
It was, wasn't it?
Yes.
Now you ready for the fun part?
I think she's
Well, look at that though.
Yeah.
And actually, there's a much better. We don't have to release these yet, because we want you to actually release that on your natural cycle here. But there's a wonderful tool. It's known as ultrasound. Ultrasound was developed in the 30s. It was a very big craze. Now, few people know actually how ultrasound was found. It was actually by a Japanese fisherman who was out fishing, and he wasn't getting any fish. None. And then all of a sudden he saw tens of thousands of fish just swarming by his boat, and he's like, what? And he threw out his net, and he grabbed a whole bunch. And then he saw the whales. The whales are swimming by to grab them. This is what the whales eat. The killer whales. And and dolphins. And there were dolphins too. And he's, okay. Grabs his fish and he goes home. He's got the biggest load he's ever had. Goes out the next day, nothing. 2 days later, nothing. On the 4th day, he finds that the fish go by again. He's like, what is going on? And there's the whales and the dolphins again. And he thinks to himself, okay, there's got to be a correlation.
Something's drawn him there.
So he starts paying attention to what's happening. And he notices that the fish are swimming, but all of a sudden they stop. They're paralyzed. They're paralyzed. But they're still alive.
They're still there.
He's pulling up his net and he's seeing all these fish just, they're not flopping. They're just breathing. Dumbfounded, he thinks to himself, there's more to this. So he makes this contraption, this big helmet with air that he can put in, and he can go in the water and look and see the fish and see what's going on. As he goes, he waited for days, maybe weeks. As he goes underwater, he sees that there are whales surrounding the fish, directing them. And that there are 4 whales pointing their heads right at them. And when they come in contact with them, they're paralyzed. And he thought, what is going on? This is how whales and dolphins eat. It's the most fascinating thing in the world. This is what we call sonar.
The fish trapped.
So later we figured out that this is actually why they have big heads. That they actually emit a sonar frequency that paralyzes the fish for 3 minutes. And he noticed that the whales, when they get paralyzed, the whales don't go and just feed. They play, and they go feed. One will go feed the other one. It's very casual. It's not a frenzy at all. I thought that was fascinating. So that's how ultrasound was actually founded. Wavelength frequencies that hit at a sonar level. Our lovely company, Oster. You remember Oster?
Yes, yes.
This is made in 1938. The best made there is. You can get them online on eBay. Now, this gives the cup of it, actually, that sound wave only goes about 4 inches deep, because it's not that big. But you're going to find that this is actually hitting in the infrared spectrum. This is the light spectrum that causes cellular regeneration. It's a call out for the cells to say, hey, let's regenerate. It's like a microwave from the inside out. You can feel it in your lung now, huh? Mm-hmm. It's knocking off all the phlegm off the bronchioles, getting out anything that's blocking them from getting the oxygen. And can you feel the warmth yet? Mm-hmm. So the warmth is the sound wave hitting a light wave frequency known as infrared. Right now there's so many infrared beds that are being done. Oh, I see right there. Oh, yes. Ooh, I felt that release. Feels kind of good though, doesn't it?
Oh, I hope so.
Now this should really calm. This calms all tissue, whether it be the nerve, whether it be the skin, whether it be the muscle. This calms all of it. Because it's a sound frequency, it doesn't even have to touch the body. You can actually feel the frequency as far out as here. Oh yeah. And in fact, I think there's a trick somebody showed me once. I don't know if you can see that, but it's actually making it flex with the wavelength. And this is what's going through the body. How you feeling there?
Better,
Better?
by far, yes.
See, those are little taxing episodes, aren't they?
Oh,
Pain is very taxing.
yes.
We never realize how much pain actually is a toll on us. We're going to leave you sitting on that one. So, on a quick note, if you're ever using stones on anybody, you'll want to let them know. I often would use them and then give them to the person to actually take home. They are the most incredible thing on shin splints. And I know shin splints, they will never come back. Because shin splints are not the tearing of the muscle, but an actual binding of the tissue. This.
In the front or in the back?
In the front, right
Right
in here.
in the front.
Yeah. And it is really. Yes. When you cough today, don't even think about it, just spit that out.
Yeah.
But they're a great tool and actually can be used in the most odd places. Bottom of the feet. Shins are incredible. Calves. If you ever have calf cramping, this will actually put calf cramping to bed.
He has feet problems. His feet kill him. He's diabetic.
Can I show you the greatest trick in the world for that? I'm going to show you the greatest trick in the world for this.
He wants to show you a
All
good
28
trick.
joints in the foot and actually relieve all stress. And I do mean all stress. Stress, I know. Not that you have tons. Because you've got a nice wife. So, what you can do is you put your foot
Do
as close.
what he's doing,
Oh,
Dirk.
I'm actually going to show him. Put your foot as close to the leg as possible so you can come down on that top arch and you stand on it. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. And that should almost give you this nice little. See? Now we do that again. We'll get close to the leg as possible. 1, 2, and 3. Oh yeah. Feels pretty good, huh?
Daily?
I do it daily. I do it twice a day. I carry a lot of stress.
Just do it to yourself, huh?
Oh yes, I just put my heel and actually just stand on it.
With the heel.
Yes, and you can see the arches actually collapse. And
I'm not having any arch problems. It's just, it started off with the balls of my feet feeling like there was no padding.
yes,
And then that kind of went away
Yes.
when I got over.
are 2 bones that are very important in the heel. We know it just as a heel, but the calcaneus is what the Achilles tendon actually attaches to, and it kind of moves around. It allows for any terrain to be encompassed. The talus is for the ankle, and that's the one that gives stability. Those 2 start to fuse just with the calcium deposit all the way around it. Guess how you can get rid of the calcium deposit?
So,
You go around your heel with these.
look like river bottom rocks.
Like
to
really,
me.
you can just go around. Yes. On the back of the heel. Plantar fasciitis. This will get rid of plantar fasciitis.
Where do you get those? From you?
You can't get them from me, but actually Mother Nature actually is the one who made them.
Okay, but they're special.
Well, yes, they're basalt
Yes.
rock. They're
Look like they
volcanic.
come out of the bottom of a river.
They did. Actually, they came out from probably 1,000, 1,500-year-old journey. But when they're water cooled, feel how dense they are. They're not like a normal rock. So they have
Do you
some
know
weight
what it
behind
is?
them. It's basalt, which is volcanic rock.
Where does that fit in the Mohs scale?
Ooh. That's a
Maybe.
good question.
Hard question, huh?
That's a very
You
good
know the
question.
Mohs scale?
Yes.
Oh,
Actually, I have no idea.
probably a 5 or a 6.
Doesn't it go up to 8?
I would think so, because they didn't chip.
Yeah.
A 3 would have split by now.
No, I've tried granite. I've even had a client call me and say, I just broke my jade stone. What are you doing using jade? She says I didn't have any rocks. You have to use the same stones, the exact same stones. Hopefully the same color, it'll tell you the same composites. But if you don't use the same stones, one's going to break the other one. And it's a firm, in the Orient they believe that the negative energy is stored in these, and it captures them, and that is how they work. Fascinating. I don't know if that's true.
Well, I've got an appointment, you know.
Yes.
What time?
It's nearly 4.
Yes.
Okay, okay, are you through with me, you
I
think?
am. I think so.
You did your job here and...
Well, you know. Yes.
I'll be back.
That was a little shocking.
Yeah, that was shocking. That was
not nearly as bad as
interesting.
do you remember the rib? Okay, the rib was actually the most shocking thing for me. When that rib popped, 3 things went through my head. Lawsuit? I've cracked your rib? And oh my Lord, is she gonna be screaming in pain? But you were relieved.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And that rib did
I
not
just
hurt.
wish this back, you know,
It will.
eventually. Will it?
Actually, it will. Once you have that movement, walking is another great thing you should do.
Okay.
You know, the more we lift our legs, the more you're going to move your bowels. You're going to push the movement. So that's another trick.
Okay.
And there's nothing
So,
wrong.
well, did you work on the spot that might move my bowels then?
Yes.
Yes.
We kinked it, and hopefully, when you start moving just a little bit, the body has to start moving before it actually gets ready to release. That's why usually first thing in the morning, people will do a walk or they'll do their stretches, and then they're good to go. At least for me, I do my stretches, and it's like clockwork. Within 3 minutes of me doing my stretches,
Uh-huh.
I'm in the restroom.
Oh. That's good. That's good. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
if you have any questions, and I mean, if you have any, you don't even hesitate and call. Okay?
I certainly will. Thank you so much.
You were very welcome.
Thank you.
You do feel a little bit better.
I think I do. I really do.
And stay tuned in YouTube or whatnot, David here, and we'll get some videos out for actually doing exercise videos with a simple ball that you can get at Walmart for $3, and you can work any part of your body. So, thank you very much.